Don't just dream about paradise. Live it with Fiji Airways. Escape the ordinary with Fiji Airways Cyber Monday sale. Immerse yourself in white sandy beaches or dive deep into coral reefs. Fiji Airways has flights to Nadi starting at just $719 for light and just $749 for value. Discover your tropical dreams at FijiAirways.com. That's FijiAirways.com. From here to happiness, flying direct with Fiji Airways.
J360 Radio.
Hello, J360 Legion, and welcome to the J360 Mini Bites here on J360 Radio, hosted by J.M. Brady. I am your host, J.M. Brady. Let's get into it. Hey, how's it going, J360 Legion? What is happening? Welcome to the J360 Mini Bites here for episode 166. I am your host, J-Man, of course, and like the cold open says, I'm very happy to see you and all that jazz. And I mean, like, this is great, guys, because, yeah, I know it's another Wednesday again. We have to run with the alternative schedule because I had a few things I wanted to take care of. Not to mention, like, the power play is definitely back and in full swing of things. And Jams has been doing fine. Not to mention, like, the J-Man show is about to reach its milestone. Hey, after tomorrow, it'll be 5 more episodes, you know, till I hit that big 300. And then not to mention, like, Project Conference managed to get another episode in. And it has another episode coming this week, believe it or not. So this is looking really, really spectacular. And I mean, like, I'm excited about how things are going for all the J360 series thus far. And it's nice to see that everything's back in alignment. It's been a long time coming for this. A real pain in the ass, if you will. But it had to be done, you know? Like I said, that's why you go through it. You go through it not only because you see a career and you're building something here, but you also do it because you love it. And that's one beautiful way of looking at things. And then there are moments where things are not so beautiful because when I take like a little break and stuff like that, I look over and I see what my counterparts on the interwebs are doing and stuff like that. You know, those that have made it, those that have crossed their 1,000 subscribers and all. And then some people will crazily flex that stuff like, I don't get it. The clout is amazing when it comes to certain people now. Or not now. I mean, it always has been that way. It's like human nature, if anything else. Now that I'm popular, I'm better than everyone. Stupid stuff like that. Especially, like, I think one infamous content creator was known as, let's just say 445. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then, like, you know, he got caught for, you know, certain things that you ain't supposed to do, especially, like, when it comes to eliciting minors and all. So, when he had that issue going on, right, he got caught, lost everything, things fell apart and all that stuff. Well, you know, allegedly he's supposed to be back or something like that. He got a website up or something like that, and he's selling his stuff because God knows he can't survive like anything right now. But you see, the thing is, I'm not trying to throw stones at him. I can't condone what he did. He screwed his own self up. And not only that, I never found his content funny because I just thought he was like more or less like functionally Riri, if you think about it, because some of the stuff that he did was just minute stupid, you know? Whereas here at J360 Productions, we do a lot of crazy things, push the envelope, not to mention the showcasing on Soda with all the wild takes that me, Marco, and Eric do. And then, like, you know, let's not leave Al out of the bunch. He insane too, you know what I mean? But the thing is this. We go ahead and we question things and we give you that smart, funny kind of humor. The problem is that, like, when you got certain people like that don't understand, or, you know, you might not be ready for that kind of humor yet, you start to be like, oh, well, you know, I can't agree with that. But then, like, with somebody like 445 over there, you would listen to his stuff because it's so damn ridiculous and outlandish that, like, ugh. You know what I mean? And then not only that, his stuff was just gross, too. Yeah, so, you know, but that'd be about the difference. And not to mention, like, you look at who the fan base is, and then, like, I talked about another podcast group not too long ago on one of these episodes, and they're not really cool either, especially with the way they approach about women. And, you know, like, the issues regarding, like, that are surrounding women, men, and, you know, relationships in general. Like, a lot of these people are just ignorant about stuff. And then the thing is, they throw it out here. And I'm not concerned about them because they know full well what they're doing when they go behind the mic or in front of the camera and all that kind of stuff. They know full well what they're doing. If they don't, then, you know, you can't, like, use ignorance as a way of saying, like, oh, this is our shield. No. Take responsibility when you make content. But you see, the crazy part about it is that I look always at the responsibility of what we're telling the audience and what the audience is going to repeat. And the audience does repeat exactly what you tell them and all that kind of stuff from then on in all those circumstances. Like, I always take full responsibility for the things that I do, but it's funny as hell though. You know, but some other people don't understand, like, when it comes to backlashing and all. And that's a shame because, like, you know, didn't you know or have any idea of how you were going about this? And they'll look and say, oh, you know, my freedom of speech, my freedom of speech. You're not free of circumstances. And by me saying that, considering circumstances, let's talk about, like, some of the detractors of said people, you know? Like, I'm not really concerned about 445. He's done. But it's his detractors, however, that still keep making videos about him. Just like the people that still keep making videos about DK oldies, and just like the people who keep making videos about anyone they don't agree with and all. It's like this. It's good that you don't agree. We're not all here to like each other and stuff like that. But there has to be some cohesion. And then there has to be a moment where you realize what's done is done. It's over with. You ain't got to worry about it no more. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if the system can't get it, you know, divine, what is the whole thing? Divine intervention will take care of it. You see what I'm saying? As if you believe in that kind of thing. But like I said, the comeuppances come, and you don't really need to make any more videos about it. These people will go and they'll make videos. They'll go and try to harass people to the point where, like, you know, it's all unnecessary. And it could be the most disproportionate reason why. In the case of 445, he deserved it. He did that to himself. But when it comes to, like, say, like, somebody disagreeing about how the Mario movie's going, or how, like, any of these other comic book movies are going and stuff like that. Do you know there's some people that'll go as far as try to doxing other people and stuff like that, which is illegal, by the way. You're not supposed to be going ahead doing these things. You're not judge, jury, and executioner. At the end of the day, if you can't disagree on that level to the point where, guess what, you don't need to erase people away and stuff like that. If that was the case, then go ahead and utilize the block button, the mute button, or however the hell they try to make the internet safe anymore. I always wonder what lives out here, but, you know, I look at this stuff and I'm like, I'm quite done with all this nonsense, man. At the end of the damn day, if you don't have a good argument, you just have a good argument, take the L and leave it at that. Like, I would go ahead and dive into some of these things, but I realize they're not worth my time. And then half the time, I'll just utilize my art to tell a story, and then, you know, that's the way it's going to be. You know, there's a reason why I don't hang out with certain podcasters anymore. There's a reason why, like, certain filmmakers I don't talk to anymore and all that jazz. Like, I got other stuff to do. If anything, I'll see you at the event where somehow, some way, we all come together, like maybe, podcast movement, or like any of them conventions that are floating around, because, hey, I'm about to do bigger and better things, and I'm going to be there anyway, and your ass going to be there. Let's just make it as pleasant as possible, right? You know? And then after a while, you realize it's not even about the same old argument anymore. But what tripped me out during my break there for a little bit is when I saw, like, one of the dudes address why he kept making videos about 445, and he said, because I want him to die. This is the actual quote. That's what he said. He wanted him to die, and I'm like, dude, that's too far, you know? There's something about that is not only morally wrong, it's to the point where, guess what, you know, obviously you're not responsible for your behavior, and you too high on your hype to the point where you don't check what you say. You need to check what you say. That stuff's going to come back to get you. Now, because that dude said that, he should lose his channel just like 445 did, if not akin to it. But, you know, like, if anything else, things have a way of catching up with people, if you don't get my understanding about this. Because while, yeah, we do have freedom of speech, we are not free of consequences. And I wish people would understand that more. But once again, you know, unless something happens to them, unless any of this illicit, crazy stuff happens to them, you know, it doesn't happen at all. Or they find a way to abuse the whole thing, or they find a way to flag somebody down, or God knows these algorithms are not working with the creators out there. Like, say, like, it's somebody like me that wants to create, looking forward to getting more subscribers, looking forward to getting more listeners, but I have to keep clocking in and doing the job. These are people out here that'll go that extra mile to whine at people, complain at people, and only hope that they go as far as they. And when they get said subscribers and the ability to stream live on TikTok, guess what happens? Then they start complaining about that, because that's not good enough either. If anything, it's the Rocky 3 principle, where, guess what, a long time ago, you were hungry, you didn't know how to make your content and stuff like that, but after a while, when people started paying attention to certain things, everything changed after a while, didn't it? But then after a while, you realize who actually did the work and who's the hack. And there's a lot of hacks out there. And you see it every time like a new movie came out. Speaking of which, like Mario Brothers movie came out, and now people are divisive about that. I'm like, what's there to be divisive about? The mascot of Nintendo finally got a movie again, and people are making it bigger than what it is. That's why, like, when I go to premieres and stuff, I'm always like, did we all see the same movie? Because apparently you saw like a different cut. It's a damn shame. But hey, we gotta accept difference of opinion, right? Right. Just like the whole thing with Blue Beetle. Which, by the way, Blue Beetle looks good, but anytime somebody gotta come out and say, hey, we went unapologetically Latino for that. It was like, huh? Really? And that's an actual quote from the director, too. But then again, this was on an IGN posting, so take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But, all in all, I see these things, I see what the public is all about, and, it just makes me sick sometimes. But I do realize there's good things in the public. There are real fans out there. There are people out here that want to see, like, good content come around here, and they want to see something new. And if they're tired of all that drama and stuff like that, hey, come over to where we're at, because I try to go ahead and say this. While it's good to talk about, it's not good to drown yourself in it, because if anything, you're going to become what you dislike. So, now let's get rid of all that corrosive crap, shall we? Speaking of which, though, we got to go ahead and talk about your schedule, because it's the alt schedule this time. We'll be back on regular schedule next week. But see, your alt schedule goes like this. You got the mini bites happening now. You got the J-Man show happening tomorrow. You got Project Conference happening on Friday, which, by the way, special guest Claudia Blackstar. And you have the J360 Power Play happening on Saturday this time, special Saturday here. And you also have the J360 Power Play happening again on Sunday. And speaking of which, these Power Play episodes, I've been thinking of moving them up to 8 o'clock instead of 10. Alright, but everything else, 10 o'clock straight through. And then, of course, Project Conference will be on YouTube as a premiere. So it should be a pretty fun, set of content. All in all, though, I do have to say this. I'm very excited to see where things go from here. Not to mention, I managed to get some newer things for you all. So, just gotta stay tuned and see what happens from here, okay? But let me go on ahead and let you guys know one more thing. Next week is Jams Week, so Jam 67 is happening next week. So any musicians out there that want to be on J360 Jams, let me know about it and check out the link in the description box below. That way, so you know all about the rules and how you can go ahead and get your 2 tracks, because you need 2 of them, onto J360 Jams. And I guarantee you, as long as you beat out the deadline, which is usually the Thursday before the episode premiere, and that's at, Thursday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, then you're already a shoo-in. Just beat that time, and I guarantee you'll get in. But like I say, earliest convenience. Think about that, okay? Alright. But all in all, though, this is about it. The J-Man show is happening tomorrow. You guys take care of yourselves from here on out. And J-Man signing off. Peace.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.